Hi, here's my vlog for the November 11th. It's 10:19, Monday. I guess it's President's Day or something. Um, I think I'm high. I took last night. I cut like a branch off of my plant, and I could even smoke that much more. I don't think it's ready though. You can see the filaments are straight. But some of them were like orange. But yeah, yesterday I had a nap during the day. I passed out, and so I still didn't feel 100%. I tested positive for COVID a couple days ago with my mom's home kit, and I've been sick like a week or something. And so yesterday I started, I finally got bored enough. I was like, fuck it, you know what? I need to get going on the site again. So I picked up where I left off, working on my website. Yeah, and I feel like I should have done that before. I lost an entire week. I could have been working on my site, but no, I felt too bad. But yeah, so I decided that I'm gonna start working on Livy. I'm gonna continue with Livy, and looked at Livy, realized that I wasn't nearly as far as I thought I was, which always happens, but it was like big time, and I was like, but this time, and that's probably why. And then I actually remembered that, like, I was looking at it before when I quit, and I was like, that was maybe one of the things that helped me quit. I was like, oh god damn it, if I'm gonna continue with what I have to do with Livy. I thought that Livy had a couple of menus. I could have sworn it had a couple of menus, and I was looking all around. I was like, and then I realized that there was an old menu made for, I think it was like, it looked like Plenty, or maybe it was, I'll make sure it's not another book, but it's labeled Livy with some kind of no, there's my little hamster. Where'd he go? Oh, I think I missed him. Or whatever. I saw him running down there. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah, that book was like a dictionary, but, encyclopedia, but, yeah, so I was looking at Livy, and then I realized there was only one, menu made for Livy. Yeah, and it's not even on the site, on the page. And it's the 50-worder. I actually started it out doing it myself, thinking that I didn't trust ChatGPT, and then I decided to do ChatGPT, and it finished it. But it's going to take a long time. This is kind of like, it'll be like the first book that I make a menu out of, like, completely, because I also want to add special fonts for the numbers, a whole bunch of Livy. Yeah, and maybe I'll have different fonts for different numbers even. Not just for all numbers, but a font for, like, population, and a font for money. I don't know. But, yeah, yesterday I had to get caught up, dude, on so much stuff, like, so, okay. Originally was going to paste the menu onto the book, but I decided that I wanted to kind of like complete the menus, go ahead and complete the book. So the first thing that I did is notice that the number one menu that just has the chapters didn't have the numbers on it yet, but it was started. It had its own separate page. I was working on it, and so I started to. I went and pasted the pages and time. I have time and pages. You can kind of use it as like a calibrator to know that. So I have it set to 50 words per page, which is like It's kind of like double time, double speed. It's a good speed to read a book through. So, yeah, maybe I should have set it to a minute because that's kind of like, more rounded. But 50 words. That means 100 words for. Yeah. So now we're doing it like metrically. So that's cool. And that's how fast I was doing it. That's why I said it. So I was pasting all of those on the menu. And then I got to a part where it's like eight rows of 5. And I got down like halfway down. And then I realized that I saw that I didn't even count the words for the chapters after that. I only made it like halfway through, where I even had it on the main menu. So I was gonna have to count that and put it on. Oh wait, no. It was counted. I had to put the time to it. Yeah. Yeah. And I decided to do it manually because there's so many of the same ones because there's like 2,200 chapters on Livy. Do it manually. You can do a batch edit, a replace. So because I have a 0 already on it. But then I realized I can't do that because the links are already made, so it'll screw up the links. So I had to manually go in there and add it all on there. That's how I kind of finished the day. But before that, there was books 11 through 20. They're like missing. So it goes from 10 to 21. There's like, and then up to 47, and then, or up to like 60, and then, 47, then 47 to 60 was missing. But where I copied it off the internet, there were other ancient writers or somebody who filled in the blanks, like they knew what he was talking about, just so you wouldn't lose contiguity, which is not on Audible, not the end part or the part in between. But I put that on my menu because the summary of whoever put that on there was about 50 words. So it makes if you were to just read the menu, it fits in perfectly, like it's not even missing. And but I never counted it. I want to make it consistent, so I didn't do anything. But then last night, I refigured out what that was, and then I just counted it and put the number, so that when you read through it, you know that that's the only word. That's the biggest part. But I was high. I was thinking to myself, man, there's some like ways that I designed some of these books that, like, when I look back on it in the future, I'm gonna be like, what the hell were you thinking? And I'm gonna be the only one who thinks that way. But yeah, maybe I shouldn't have counted the numbers of how big each of those chapters were there. But I figured I would calibrate it. That's just another way to calibrate, but to know how big it all is. But anyway, it's always difficult to figure out how you're going to piece together these books that have bits and pieces that are missing, and to make it consistent, and just treating different books differently and how you condense them down. But anyway, I did finish counting and putting all those on there, and then I started on trying to put the time to the pages for the rest of the chapters, and there was a lot of them, so that's kind of like, it was like 12:30 in the morning. So I figured I would go to sleep, and I'd worked enough. It was hours, because I had to attach, it's like 2,200 of them, but I had to copy paste over and then do the cut, if I were, including the ones that I have to now add the time to. But yeah, The computer was working kind of slowly too, but it's just fast enough to work. At times it took a while, but so then I decided last night that I think, you know what, I don't think I'm sick anymore. I'm gonna go to the gym after this. I'm gonna clean up my place and then go to the gym. But I decided yesterday, you know, after all those hours, because that's the first time I'd worked on the website since I quit it a couple months ago. I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and start to work on this, you know, the site every day again. Not like it was before. I'm not gonna have a relapse. That's out of the question, because I know how out of shape I am, and now I'm actually freaked out about it and everything. But all these people online, the culture of fitness is helping me. So thank you. For everybody who's a fat, lazy person, it'd be easier for me to fit in. But I decided that I'm gonna work on the site every day. So I didn't know. At first, I was like, oh, maybe I'll be sick today, you know, and I could finish it. If I worked all day, I don't even know if I could. I don't know. Oh yeah, because there's another problem. Oh man, that I haven't figured out yet. So. But if I figure it out on this, I could figure it out, I guess, on some of the other ones, and it'll be something that's fixed. So there's this problem where, like, I'm adding the numbers on there, and in order to make it so that it's below, I have to hit Shift Return. Because just in case, like, when I don't know, maybe one day a screen that's super big or whatever, open it and make it wide, and it pushes them out. It's actually not necessary, I guess. But I wanted it to be like, I wanted the pages to be below the number with a break. And so I hit yeah, because like maybe, you know, I could copy it and put it out where it'd take the whole page, and you know, I don't ever want them side by side. So anyway, that's what I did. I hit Control Return, and then instead of doing it just because the rules are different for whatever reason, when it's on a table like that with all those little what are those called? Whatever, the bits inside. It double spaced it, you know. Normally when you have to hit Return to double space it, but it double spaced it. So then I have to go in later and hit backspace to bring it back up again. And when I bring it back up again, it made the text small. Like it kept the fonts with the color and the font and everything, because for the time and the pages are different fonts. It made them small, just like the number, which was small enough to fit the whole thing inside of the table, so that it doesn't make it too wide for my computer screen. And it's problematic because it's inside of a greater table, so it would make the entire page too big for this computer screen. You know, I have that problem, I think, now on other pages, like even my education page. But not all of them get smaller. Some of them stay at that original bigger size. Yeah, and I looked at the code, and the code didn't look any different. So I was like, why then? So I'm gonna have to figure that out. That's gonna be some kind of like a little game to play because before I can put it up there. But I guess if worst comes to worst, I could go in there and change the actual font size down to super small in the CSS part. But so and then I want to get the fonts for the numbers, like I said before at the beginning of the video. Not the numbers at the top, but like inside of the body, the 50-word body of the menu. I have numbers in there, and last night I was actually looking and fixing the original menu a lot. There were too many periods at the end, and then there were like numbers that were spelled out, like with the lustrum, the census, a bunch of times that I had to, which is how ChatGPT did it, that I had to change and turn it into like digits. And so fine tuning, and I'll have to do more of that. But after I do that, because ChatGPT can't do it. Well, I could ask ChatGPT to do it. Yeah, because in order to get the numbers into their own font, I could manually do it with Dreamweaver, where I just read it, and every time I see a number, I just highlight it, and then I click, add font, numbers of people or whatever. But that's something that ChatGPT can do. I haven't tried it yet, but ChatGPT is, I think, smart enough to do that. So what I can do is, they have a maximum of 5 pages or something that they could do it well with, but or a couple pages. But yeah, paste it on there and just say the code on there and say not on the numbers, not on the top part, but within the body of this 50-word menu of Livy, every time you come across a number, add this font to it. Yeah, and it might be able to do it, and that would save me a whole lot of time, so I don't have to like highlight over, because a lot of those menus, it's like 3 different ones or 2 different ones within one, and there's 2,200 of them. And like half of them have, or more of that, have numbers on them. It takes forever, right? So it would save time. So I'm going to try that too. I'm going to see if ChatGPT can do that too. And then put it on. And I'm super excited that it's Livy, because I've listened to Livy a whole bunch of times. It's like a 3,300 page book. And the menu cut down, I think, cut it down to, oh God, I can't remember. I think I did a word count. Whatever 50 words times 2,200 is, it was a lot. It's like 300 pages, right? So it's actually still a pretty good sized book, only cut down, and and cut down, kept the numbers. Like when I had ChatGPT condense it, I didn't just say condense it. I said condense it, but make sure to preserve all the numbers. And I made sure, and I looked at it and made sure it did that. So this is a version of Livy that's going to be perfect for memorizing it. It's like, it's worth all these days to work on. So anyway, that's what I have left to do it on it. It might take like a week, because or more, a couple weeks, because I don't know, because I decided that I'm only going to work on it an hour a day. So I'm going to keep working on my website, but only an hour a day. And I think at the end of the day, when I'm like tired and like having dinner and like watching like up there watching channel surfing or whatever, I can have my foot getting massaged with the massager, channel surf, get into a rhythm, channel surf or whatever, eat, and then sit here doing this boring ass whatever it is I'm doing, finishing up all these different whatever I have to do on my site until the end of time, starting with Livy. But I'm super excited, because once Livy's up there on the site, I can listen to it. I'm looking forward to listening to it, because I kind of, I think it's possible to memorize the history of Rome, and I'm actually studying the history of the Roman Republic more than the Roman Empire, and the Roman Empire too, because I had that dream of one day acting it out. I have it on my website. It's called Boulder Rome. I built Rome on Boulder, and I put everything on Rome on Boulder, and everything matches up perfectly. Like the shortest aqueduct in Rome is exactly how far it is from here to Gross Reservoir. The longest aqueduct in Rome is exactly how far it is from here to the those big lakes up there next to the Continental Divide. You know, everything else is the same size. It has the hills on one side, plains on the other. You have a hill, right, a river going through the middle of it. Right next to the river going through the middle of it, you have a hill that then has a palace on it. Yeah, it's really, you know, and like I said, the same exact size. So, and everything, like and Rome and Boulder County is the same exact size as the Kingdom of Rome. The number, about 30 mining towns when Boulder was started, and there are about 30 city-states in Latinia, and they're all the same distance apart because it's the same size. Yeah, and I already paired them all, so I wanted to redo the show where each day in real life is 50 days of Rome, and you react it and you act it out, and 2,000 years is 20 years. So you can in 20 you just do a 20-year TV show and you act out 2,000 years. That's an awesome idea. So I wanted to memorize it so I could get ideas, you know, ahead of time and stuff. So my tongue is dry. So and I've listened to Livy so many times, dude. It's one of those books I've listened to like 10 times. So to hear it on the menu is going to be really cool. Aren't you excited? I was talking to my mom this morning, and she's like super pissed because I mentioned I was doing that, and she screaming at me thinking I had having a relapse. And I'm like, no, it's just because I was sick, but I'll do it like an hour a day. And I'm like, don't you even know what Livy is? She's like, I don't want to talk about it. She's having like a nervous breakdown because Donald Trump proclaimed Stephen Miller his chief of staff, and Stephen Miller is totally freaked out, freaky guy. So, and she can barely talk because she has COVID. So, anyways, that's my vlog for the day. My vlogs, well, I'll have a lot more to talk about from now on because I'll be talking about the whatever book I'm working on or whatever thing I'm working on my website. I'm back on the website. But only an hour a day. And it's good because it'll be an hour that's well spent. I'll be like energized. I won't be like tired, you know, because I'm kind of burnt out on my site, dude. Like yesterday I was working for hours and I like burnt out. I realized I'm not even in shape yet. My butt was hurting. It's like, God damn it. You know, I'm pretty sure I'm not sick anymore. So yeah, I'm going to clean up. I've been sick, so I haven't had the energy to clean. So after I clean up, I'll know if I'm still sick. Like, look at what a disaster my house is. Ugh. It's like King Tut's tomb all up in here. Yeah, if you don't like picking up after your ferrets, don't. Those are all my new reefer plants. I just threw the seeds in. They popped out. I don't know. And that's the plant that I grabbed the weed from yesterday. And those things, I guess it has another week. Those things are still light, but it got me totally baked, dude. So, anyways, talk to you tomorrow.